I wanted to share with you my favorite breakfast that I have most mornings, and that is some of these Bob's Red Mill protein oats. They have 10 grams of protein. I do a 1/4 cup of walnuts that I chop and put in there, a tablespoon of this organic cocoa powder, which was the top one on the list for the safest cocoa to eat. If I don't have the walnuts, I have a tablespoon or 2 of this, and then I use a little monk fruit to just give it a little flavor. I use 1 or 2 of these little scoops, and I top it off with some Chobani zero sugar yogurt, normally a full 1/2 cup, but I was using up what was left in the container, and I mix all this together, and that's my favorite breakfast to have. I love it with the peanut butter, but walnuts are especially good for your heart, your brain, your whole body, so I try to do the walnuts more often, but for a treat, this is really delicious, and I only use the stirrable kind. So that's my traditional breakfast that I have most mornings. And I just buy the big bag of walnut halves. It's fairly inexpensive, and I just chop them myself. I don't buy the chopped. So anyway, so I just pour all this in there and, stir it up. And I put in the cocoa usually first because it makes a mess. And then I'll add in my chopped nuts. Now, they're not chopped yet, so I'm not going to do that right now. And I have a chopper, but a lot of times I just like, when I bring this to the table, I'll just sit and break the walnuts by handing, because I like kind of bigger chunks. And then I'll stir this in, and a few spoonfuls of the monk fruit and allulose. Allulose is supposed to be good for your blood sugar, and it doesn't, neither monk fruit or allulose affect your blood sugar. I don't use anything but those 2 in my cereal. Once in a while, I'll do a little bit of blueberries, but this is usually my breakfast. And sometimes when I want it, I'm allowed 3 whole eggs as a heart patient, and as many egg whites as I want. So once a week or so, maybe twice a week, I'll have eggs for breakfast, but I usually just eat the egg whites because they don't bother me. But traditionally, this is my favorite breakfast. I love the flavor profile of it. I love knowing that these oats are good for my heart, and I've just always dearly loved oats. And so you can add anything to your oats you want, but a little cocoa if you're a chocolate lover. And I have a scraper that I'll scrape all this down in there. And if you like nuts, walnuts are good for you. So this is just a fun and very, very filling, especially with the yogurt. Anyway, I'll be back to show you what I have for lunch, and I don't know what that is yet either. Bye.